Hello and welcome. Finally, it feels so good to say that. Welcome to F1 Manager 22. Apparently, I'm gonna pretend that I read all this. Yeah, welcome. This game is finally out. Awesome. That was a really cool intro. I'm not sure I'm allowed to show that, but well, I'm a small channel anyway, so who cares, right? It's not like I'm monetizing this. It's all in good fun anyway. Yeah, that was really cool. I love that intro. Feels like real F1. So glad that this game is finally here after all that waiting. Let's get right into it. Why not, right?
Formula One, a sport that spans hearts, minds, and nations, where the 20 best drivers in the world come together to take on some of the world's most historic circuits. And that legacy continues today. The 2021 championship was thrilling from start to finish, and 2022 is set to be even better. New regulations will usher in an age of pioneering changes. New driving talent alongside returning champions will be dueling it out to the bitter end. The pressure will be on the team principals in the upcoming season as they manage their drivers, their cars, and the whole team to push to victory. This is not a challenge for the faint-hearted. This is Formula One.
Awesome. I always crack up at seeing Toto smash that headset. That poor headset didn't do anything.
Mercedes returned to F1 in 2010, and since 2014 they've won the Constructors' Championships back-to-back every year. In 2021 they took home the Constructors' Championship once more, although they narrowly missed out on the Drivers' Championship, coming in second.
Yeah,
Heading
we
into
remember.
2022, Mercedes will insist on dominating the competition. Nothing less than the fastest car and the most wins will give the Silver Arrows the outcome they want to see.
Didn't
at the
really
end of this
happen
new
that way.
season and beyond.
It didn't really happen that way, but okay. Did he say a little bit for every single team? To be honest, I've tried to avoid any real footage of this game to not spoil anything for myself. I know some much larger YouTubers have gotten earlier access, so I think there's a lot of footage already on there, but yeah, I just wanted to experience this game raw, let's say. Is he gonna say?
The Red Bull team burst onto the
he is
F1
actually
scene in
gonna say that. Can you?
2005.
Okay.
And ever since 2009, they've been one of the top 3 teams in the
I don't know how to
championship.
make him shut up.
Last season ended brilliantly for them.
Oh, there you go. Stop audio. Okay, sorry. I think that was Crofty. I don't know, but I'd like to actually talk at this point. Those were some really cool intros, but let's actually talk. Yeah, obviously we need to start a new career. This is the only game mode that I could see so far. There doesn't seem to be a way to just play single races or do any of that other good stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna have to pick a team and start a career right out of the bat. And I've been thinking about that for a little while, actually. Ever since I finished my Motorsport Manager series, where we went all the way from the bottom to the top, I was thinking what would be fun this time around. And obviously there's quite a few options. We could pick Haas, for example. But let's be honest, they would just be way too easy after all their fucking... Please, just shut it for a little bit. After all their fucking rock stars. So yeah, that would just be a little bit too easy, I think. I don't know why it says season objective 6. I'm pretty sure if you start as Haas, they probably just give you the championship, I imagine. Then Alpine, well, I understand that without my agreement, they have actually put out a press release that I will be managing them this season. But this is wrong. I will not be managing them, of course. And then there's, of course, Williams, but, well, we'll save that for when I feel like really punishing myself. We're not going to start as Williams. I'd like to first ease into the game a little bit, actually learn how the game works, and at the same time put on some exciting races and really try and fight for a podium. And because of that, I've actually picked Ferrari. Now,
Ferrari.
I'm going to stop you again immediately. We can always play it after we're done. And why are we doing Ferrari? Well, this honestly might be one of the biggest challenges. It says season objective is first. I'm assuming it says the same for Red Bull. It does. So these are the only 2 teams that want first.
Ferrari.
All right, interesting. Yeah, I feel like they're in a sense the biggest challenge of all. Because if I have to watch Charles scream into his helmet one more time, my heart might just really break. So let's see if we can break the clown cycle and help Leclerc and the smooth operator. Yeah, to get some proper strategies into this team. Let's rebuild Ferrari. Let's get that winning mindset into this team. And let's learn how to play this game. Now for this entire run, I don't want to be skipping too much. I guess these will be very, very long episodes. But yeah, I want to learn as much as I can about this game. And to do that, we're going to have to just not skip so much. So we're definitely not going to do that. These are going to be very, very long sits. Not just for you, also for me. It's 30 degrees here. It's been a very hot day. I can't turn on a fan, so just know I'm sacrificing too. Alright, so let's actually then have a look at the Ferrari stats. Team rating is apparently 4 bars and a little bit. How does that compare to others? I wonder what that is then, because Mercedes has a lower season objective, but they actually have a better team rating than a lot of these other teams. Apparently McLaren is insanely close to Ferrari. No, stop, please. But yeah, their season objective will be first, so nothing but the best for Charles and Carlos. And then we have the Constructors' Championship is also our long-term objective. Starting balance will be high apparently, so that should be nice. We can actually spend some money. Team's performance, the team's current rankings compared to the rest of the grid. Our car, just like in real life, you could argue is probably the best. Our driver performance only 3rd, which honestly also seems pretty fair. I think Carlos and Charles both have made some mistakes and also obviously gotten shafted by their team. Staff performance at 1st is laughable, to be honest, and that's just not true. And then we have headquarters at 3rd. Honestly, I have no clue how that compares to real life. We could have started maybe as like more of a mid-table team, but I really like the idea of just starting off as Ferrari, maybe do 1 or 2 seasons, maybe even more. We'll see how we enjoy it. And yeah, just sort of try to learn this game, and then we can always start to do some challenges and pick some of the smaller teams. Alright then. Now, for our employees, which seems a bit redundant, we have the drivers, of course, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, the guy from Monaco, and the guy from Spain. And then we have everyone's favorite driver, Jesus, Antonio Giovinazzi. The Italian will be our reserve driver. Then we have our technical chief, Enrico Cardile, head of aerodynamics, and Diego Tondi. 2 race engineers, Xavier Marcos Padro and race engineer Ricardo Adami. Now, whether any of these guys are going to be in for a job this season remains questionable because, well, it's been a while since Ferrari has had a championship, and we're going to try and give that back to them, and we need a new winning culture in this team if we're going to do that. Hence the title, Rebuilding Ferrari. Let's see if our replacing Binotto can actually end the clown show that is the Ferrari pit wall. Hope so. Or are we destined to become the new clowns? Biography, obviously everyone knows who Ferrari is. Our first entry was in 1950. And, yeah, we've had a lot of wins, but the last one has been a wow. Alright, pretty good. Let's continue. Get into the settings. Just like last time, we're gonna give ourselves the name Steve Fallback. Not because my name is Steve. Again, I did the same thing in Motorsport Manager. Just because Steve is as good a name as any, and Fallback is of course the name of the channel. First time guidance. I think we'll just turn it on because why not? I could use all the help I can get, I'd say. And yeah, let's get into it. Incredibly excited for this game.
Hi there.
Oh,
nice
hello.
to meet you. I'm Audrey Mensa, one of
Hi,
the
Audrey.
team's senior engineers. Welcome to the team. It's great to have you on board.
I didn't see your name in the staff.
Ferrari have an impressive history in F1, and we had a good finish last season. There's always
Did
room
we?
to improve, though, so it's a good job you're here. Now, let's show you around.
I feel like you're not being ambitious enough there,
As our
Audrey.
new team principal, you're responsible for a lot of aspects of the team.
Yes.
Everything from managing our team's growth, overseeing our finances, and deciding on race day strategies will be in
Yeah.
your hands.
Especially that last one, I imagine, is why they brought me
You
on.
can keep
Because,
an eye on those things
yeah.
from your dashboard here. I can take you through it now.
Thank you. please do.
First up, an overview of the board.
Yes, that's our
They're
logo.
the ones who set the expectations for the team. If they're confident in your leadership, you'll be fine. If they lose confidence in you, however, they might look to replace you.
Might. Okay, so if we do a clown show, perhaps we'd get fired? I don't know what would happen then. Can we get another team to pick us up or something? I mean, it seems pretty limited, right? I'm pretty sure there's no F2 or F3 in this game, so if we get fired, it'd be pretty hard to get another job, I imagine, but okay.
The board sets season objectives for the team to achieve.
Yes.
Reaching them will help keep confidence high. So be sure to familiarize yourself with what's expected.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay then, let's look ahead to the race weekend. We need to start preparing for the next Grand Prix, which will be the first of the season.
Yes, Bahrain.
As it's your first day though,
In 11 days
there's nothing
only.
urgent for you
Right.
to address. Feel free to explore more, or you can select continue and sign off for the day. Once you do, time will pass. But don't worry about missing anything. You'll automatically sign back in if an important event comes up.
Alright, thank you, Audrey. Let's actually have a look then. Let's actually play this game. Looks like we have a lot of different screens here and a lot of different tabs to go to. First thing that, well, it's a manager game, right? So the first thing that I'm always going to be looking at is our money. And then we do seem to have a decent balance. 28 million right there. That seems pretty good. I mean, it's probably not a lot, honestly, for a Formula 1 team. But I imagine other teams, like if you start as Haas, probably they have like, what? A pack of crisps and 200,000 or something. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, so we're needing to get first. Obviously, our board confidence right now is just medium. And nothing has happened yet in the standings. Our drivers looks like Charles is slightly better rated than Carlos by 1 point. That seems fair enough, I suppose. If we click on him, we can see all his different performance ratings, like his racecraft, his consistency, and his pace. Looks like, especially in defending, Charles isn't that great, and also his adaptability to poor weather could use some work, but in everything else, he seems really good, especially pace, and yeah, I'd say that's pretty fair, actually, these ratings. His growth potential is only average, but I imagine that's because he's already got a pretty high rating, and his aggression is low, so he won't attempt to overtake much, I suppose. Fair enough. Now we can click a plus here, but apparently that doesn't do anything. Maybe that... Oh, okay, I see. We need to earn development points. Your staff earn development points after gaining enough experience. These points can be used to train and enhance their technical skills. Alright, so we need 2,456 points to earn another point to invest here. Yeah, especially in his racecraft, I'd say we need to do a little bit of work. Maybe his smoothness too, to reduce tire wear. That would be nice for strategic purposes. Okay, yeah, he's 24, so he has all the time in the world, of course. And then there's a lot of different things here, like his setup. He has a great affinity with his race engineer, apparently. Is this the guy that yelled to him that said, like, don't come in Monaco? And then he was already in the pit straight and, like, right in front of the team? Because I would put that affinity slightly lower in that case. We have a memorabilia room. Wow, that was hard to say. Oh, wow, okay, this does a lot of stuff, apparently. Let's not get into all the facility money. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we are.
Facilities, from the staff buildings to the car park development centers. You can build new facilities, or if the team has the time and money, upgrade our existing ones.
Yep.
Facilities affect all areas of our team.
Great, thank you. All right, let's read that quick. So building. Team facilities impact every area of your team, from the quality of your car to the rate your drivers improve on. Building a new facility takes time and money, and all facilities have a monthly upkeep cost you need to budget for. So this seems pretty similar, actually, to Motorsport Manager. Upgrading then, existing facilities can be upgraded to improve their effectiveness. Upgrading facilities will also increase their monthly upkeep. Yep, exactly like in Motorsport Manager, and that makes perfect sense, of course, too. Facility upgrades are expensive and take a long time to complete. Okay. That's interesting, actually, that they say that this takes a very long time. So would it take longer to upgrade than to just build the building outright? Refurbishing then. Over time, facilities will degrade and their effectiveness will reduce. Refurbishing a facility will restore its effectiveness to maximum. Upgrading a facility will also restore it back to full condition. but with the additional upgrade cost. Okay, so we could probably save some time. Okay.
Facilities.
Yeah, we just read that. Thank you, Audrey. You didn't need to repeat that. So let's say we have our factory, right? Let's say its condition is like all the way down. We could upgrade it. Probably it would cost like both of these at the same time, but I imagine it would take less time to do all of that, I suppose. Okay, well, interesting. Now, since we only have 28 million, I'm not sure we immediately want to just start willy-nilly upgrading any of this. It seems all very expensive, actually. So we have our factory where race-ready car parts are manufactured. Right now, we can manufacture 3 parts, it seems like, and our development speed is plus 6%. In the design center, we can actually research and design parts. So that's capacity of 2 and 10 engineers. The wind tunnel apparently has effects gains per unit of testing. Okay, so here we're actually going to test our car and their parts under real airflow during the design process to improve their race performance. Okay, so we first make some parts, then we chunk them in the wind tunnel, and we're actually going to try and improve them. Fair enough. We have the CFD simulator, computational fluid dynamics. Yeah, I knew what that meant. To simulate airflow over aerodynamic car parts during the design process to improve their race performance. So also here, lots of testing and improvements. Suspension simulator, the test suspension and handling against different surface types to improve your team's car parts expertise. Will give us 4% brake cooling. And then we have the car part test center. Test and optimize aerodynamic car parts to improve your team's car parts expertise. Engine cooling 4%, brake cooling 4% on the side pods and the front wing. All right, honestly, I have no clue what to pick here yet. We also have the staff facility, so a team hub, which gives morale, weekly experience gain, and team attractiveness. Honestly, that's pretty good. What does it cost to upgrade this? Only 2 million. I like that, actually. I do like that. Scouting, I don't think this matters for us at all. Because we have 2 really good drivers and a very competent reserve driver who used to be in the F1. So I don't think for Ferrari there is any point in scouting much. Race simulator, I think we need to upgrade that ASAP. An advanced race simulator that allows drivers to sharpen their skills when not on the circuit. Right now we get plus 40%. It only costs 2.8 million to upgrade, and we get plus 20 on top of the 40. Yeah, obviously I don't want to spend too much money, but I think this is worth it. It only costs 21 days to do as well. So let's immediately start upgrading that race simulator. I think that's just too good to pass up on. Then we have our operations facility, and here's, I guess, where we earn all our money. First thing that I see is the helipad, which is just really cool to me. That's like the perfect motorsport manager callback. All right, let's quickly go through them. Boardroom. First of all, a dedicated space for your board of directors to hold meetings. I mean, I feel like any room would do. I don't know why this would cost 15,000 to maintain and 780,000 to upgrade. What do these board members eat? Like caviar, and they come in every morning or something to eat it? All right, well, we get plus 10% race confidence gain and plus 10 team attractiveness. I guess that's to attract sponsors. A hospitality area to impress visitors and potential hires with a state-of-the-art hospitality suite. Team attractiveness plus 15 and more team attractiveness. So these seem to be pretty similar, except here it's facility bonuses. And this one doesn't say facility bonus. I don't know what that means. Weather center. Develop the accuracy of your meteorological... They just keep chunking nasty words at me. I don't understand any of these words, and just because of that, I'm gonna take them as disrespect. Right, meteorological technology to better predict rainfall levels on race weekends. An inaccurate forecast makes race day strategies planning much more difficult. I would fully agree with that. Right now we get plus 60%. If we upgrade, we get to 70. Right now for 60, I'm okay, especially since it costs like 1.5 mil. Our helipad then provides a luxury helicopter landing space to offer a first-class experience for your most important guests. Also team attractiveness and sponsor target payout. Right now is plus 1% if we upgrade it. Honestly, this seems like a really cheap deal. This is only at 320,000. This costs 3 million and it also gives sort of a similar amount of team attractiveness. Well, not similar amount, but seems like a much better deal. Here we get plus 15 team attractiveness for 3 million. Here we get plus 5 for 320,000. Yeah, sign me up, man. Upgrade that helipad. Alright, the memorabilia room. Inspire your staff with a display of your team's history. That just gets us team attractiveness and morale. That's really expensive. We're not doing that. And then the tour center. Show off your facilities and boost your income by offering fans a backstage glimpse at your team's inner workings. This just gives flat cash. And if we upgrade it, it will give us even more flat cash. Also, the upkeep will go up, which sucks, but it looks like we'll get a profit of about 3,500 extra per week. That seems pretty good to me. That's obviously, like, right now that won't give us, like, it's gonna take us what, like 100 weeks to even earn that back, but I imagine it'll have even larger bonuses if we keep upgrading it. So I think this is also something we should definitely invest in. Let's go for growth, and eventually that'll pay itself forward for sure. Right now we have 3 active facility projects. I don't know if there's like a cap. Like, let's say I wanted to do... Well, I don't want to do the factory just to prove a point. All of these are so expensive. I could get an extra part manufactured, but... let's for now just get to racing. I've picked the cheapest facilities to do, I suppose. What else is there? So Bahrain is the upcoming race weekend. Let's first check our inbox. Audrey won't leave us alone. She's also going to send us emails now. Welcome to the team, Steve. This is your new inbox. It's good to get into the habit of checking your inbox regularly, as you'll often receive important emails from different sources. Great having you on board. Thank you so much, Audrey Mensa. Very kind. Bahrain then.
This is where you carry out your final preparations for the...
Yep, thank you. All right. So what do we have to do in Bahrain? It's already in 11 days, so I imagine we can't do too much in terms of part development or whatever else. It will be a power circuit, whatever that means. We're gonna get 8 softs, 3 mediums, and 2 hards. Looks like it'll be pretty hot, which makes sense since it's Bahrain. So right now in my room, it's a lot warmer. Track abrasiveness is high, so that probably means our tire wear will be getting messed up quite a lot. We have historic safety car chance of 100%. Fair enough. I guess that's because Bahrain is pretty new. Pit lane time loss is about 25 seconds, so let's keep an eye on that. I don't know if we can already compare it to different tracks. That would be cool. If there's a button somewhere that lets me do that. No? There nowhere to like swap to the next already to compare? Okay, well, doesn't matter. All right. Actually, it's not that old. It's semi-new, but 2004 was the first Grand Prix already, so 100% seems high. All right, let's look at the circuit info before we do anything. Number of laps will be 57. Race distance 308 kilometers. Yeah, everything else we already saw. We can see the usual stuff that we also see in real F1. And here, this is important, right? So the car attributes that are going to be important is acceleration, low speed, and medium speed especially. High speed apparently not. So that means, yeah, makes, well, there's quite a few straights, you'd say. I would assume high speed would be pretty important. Yeah, for DRS, also acceleration, and for dirty air conditioning, again, low speed and medium speed. So medium speed, if anything we want to focus on, it's going to be medium speed. Time considerations. Over the last 4 seasons, we can see some safety cars being deployed. On average, we lose 25 seconds to a pit. Under the virtual safety car, we lose only 20, so that saves us 5 seconds. During a green flag, it's 23. All right. Virtual safety car has also happened a few times. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. I get it. So once a safety car happened, no safety car happened in the last 4 seasons. Twice, one safety car was deployed, and one time 2 safety cars had to be deployed. For the virtual safety car, only 1 had to be deployed, and the other 3 times nothing. Expected tire strategies will be either going from short to medium to short again, or from short to hard to short, or from, why am I saying short to soft? Or from soft to hard to medium. This seems like something that the old Ferrari would do. We're not gonna do that. I'm leaning towards soft, medium, soft, or soft, hard, soft. But we'll see. Compound performance. Alright, so we can actually see what the drop-off will be. And how long, of course, these tires will last approximately. 12 to 16 laps. If we're looking at the strategy, 15 seems like a lot. And then we have to do like another 14 near the end. That seems pretty rough. Perhaps hards are better? We'd only have to do 13 if we really needed to, but we could do like 14 or 15 maybe. And then near the end we could also do a bit less, so maybe we'll go for hards. I'm not sure. All right, and this should also drop off. There doesn't seem to be that much difference between the drop off on hards and mediums, and the average lap is 0.1 in difference. All right, I don't think I might go in on hards looking at these stats, to be honest. I think we'll stay pretty quick even on hards, and we'll start on softs anyway, so we shouldn't be in too much trouble if our car holds up. Which, well, it should, right? It's supposed to be the quickest car. Historic results, obviously a lot of Lewis Hamilton, and powertrain usage. Fair enough. Cool. Yeah, that was a lot of information to take in. We also still have a lot of other stuff, like the board.
Check in with the board often.
You can
monitor board confidence levels, your available budget, and your progress towards a greater team rating from here.
Thank you. Board confidence, we can see all the different objectives that we will have. Board budget. Our season budget apparently is 70 million. Our initial payment is 8.4, and monthly we're also gonna get 5.6. All right. Team rating. We can see the constructor results, the driver results, and then heritage, which makes sense. All right, I like this rating system. Huh, cool. So we are right now a leader with plus 750, but for example, Haas or something will probably be an underdog. Team rating is a measure of how well a team has done in recent years. The higher your team rating, the greater the expectation that the board and sponsors will have. It'll also be much easier to get the greatest talents in Formula 1 to sign a contract with you. Team rating is based on the team's result in the past 4 drivers and constructors championships, and teams also get a heritage bonus based on how many championships they've entered and how many they've won. All right, interesting. Cool, and then we see our finances.
You can delve deeper into team finances and see our balance, as well as understanding information on income and rewards, and the enforced spending caps we have to abide by.
All right, thank you. Seasonal balance right now seems pretty same. We have a breakdown here also of lots of different numbers. Fair enough as well. Let's see how this all evolves once we're actually racing. I think that's enough. We also have some upcoming events. Let's actually get to going. I think I'm half an hour in and still haven't done anything.
We'll have you on top of things in no time.
Yep.
You'll continue moving through days this way until it's time for the race, which you can...
Yeah, thank you.
Let's take a look at what needs doing today.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so required response. First thing, car development, key staff. Allow me to introduce you to our talents. Yeah, we already knew those guys. Sponsor obligations. Good morning, Steve. I just realized that you joined the team a little too late to negotiate our sponsor obligations for this season. Okay, so we don't even get to do that this season. I assume we'll do that next season, then in the off season. Sponsorship is a big part of blah blah blah, of course. Yeah, they can be inconvenient for the team. Oh, we might need to do like merch and stuff. Host events. Okay, interesting. This will probably take away from our performance or something, but get us money, I guess. All right, let's go to the sponsor obligations. So we have merchandising, factory events, and race hospitality. Sorry. You're committed to completing these things this season. So first of all, we must create 4,500 merchandise units, which will cost us 16 million upfront, but then we will get plus 1.15 million per race, which should get us a net profit of about 8.4 million apparently. Okay. Cool. Factory events. Your team must host a sponsor event in your factory. Your factory will have to pause all car part manufacturing projects while hosting. Number of event days must be 10. And yeah, we'll be paused during that. And we'll also get like 370k for that. And then race hospitality. We'll host a sponsor event in the pit box during races. This will distract your pit crew and slightly reduce their performance. Is this when like Tom Cruise comes to visit our pit lane? Or like Keanu Reeves or something? We've seen them a few times. The pit crew's performance will decrease on each race day that the team hosts sponsors in the pit. Alright, so during a not so important race, we'd probably want to do that maybe. Alright, fair enough. Our total sponsorship value is 98 million, which puts us third only. I imagine Red Bull is definitely above us, and I guess Mercedes also. Our sponsor obligations, we can earn up to another 9 million from that, which puts our total at 107. Cool. Doesn't seem like I can do anything here. So let's not.
Looks like you've received a budget approval request. Most of the team's budget is decided by the board at the start of the season, plus whatever we get from last season's prize money, and any extra sponsorship revenue we earn.
Okay. So what do? We just get a straight up choice. Fair enough. All right. We've had an idea for a season kickoff party to bring everyone together to celebrate the team. We'll need a budget approval if we want to go ahead with it. What do you think? Yours sincerely, Maria. All right, Maria. We can improve driver morale and staff morale for only 10 grand. All right. Throw a kick-ass party, Maria.
I reckon
Let's
that's
go.
a good decision. It should keep the team in high spirits anyway.
I wonder what you'd say if I said deny. You'd probably just say like, I reckon that's a good decision. Let's not waste money or something
Now
like
that's
that.
dealt with, we can focus on our first Grand Prix of the season.
All right, let's just do that.
We're getting very
okay.
close to race day now. Just continue to do anything that's needed. In the future, you'll also want to decide on these actions yourself.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So our helipad is actually already done, which is really nice. We have some testing results, and we also have the helipad being upgraded. Can we upgrade it again immediately? What do we get if we upgrade? This time it doesn't give team attractiveness, only the plus 1%. I don't think that's worth it anymore for now. Let's not do that. All right. And the other thing that we had was the race result, or the race testing results. So seems like our one performance, a lot of numbers that don't tell me much, to be honest. I assume these are good. So let's see if we can actually make it part. We can't research anything, but we can design something.
You want to get started with a design project?
Yes, I
These
would.
are car parts we can design and manufacture in-house.
Yes.
Each car part impacts different areas of a car's performance, but certain car... You can also view our car performance by rank on grid. This is a useful comparison tool and lets you take a look over the different car parts. The highlights indicate which performance areas they impact.
Okay, so if we go... okay. So it shows what it will work on. So actually an underfloor seems like it would help us most in Bahrain. Underwear. An underfloor or a front wing seems like it would help us with medium speed. Both of these seem fine, to be honest. I'm gonna just go with this one, because the underfloor also gets us acceleration. How are we doing? We're actually first already on cornering and dirty air conditioning, or cornering, sorry. That's nice. We're only not very good at engine cooling, which is fair, knowing what happened to Carlos's car like 2 races ago or something, and just caught on fire. So we could try and also get that be improved. Actually, this would sort of fix our car's issues. Like our acceleration and top speed would be improved, and our engine cooling would maybe be a little bit better if we fix the side pod. So maybe let's do that. If we're already first in a lot of these other parts, then let's focus on a side pod.
In making new car parts improves with experience. So each new design is likely to be better than an old.
All right.
Testing is also an important step in designing a new car part. Our testing time is limited throughout the season, and it's up to you to decide how much to commit to each design project.
Okay, thank you.
If you assign some testing time to this design now, you can see what effect it will have on the car.
All right. So we can improve the amount of hours that we get in terms of testing. We only get 4.8 hours, and it looks like it resets after 49 days. It's 1 million hours of computer simulation. Damn. All right. So every little bit that we add improves these numbers slightly. Let's be a bit conservative, I guess. Let's use like half an hour or something. And we can also do wind tunnel hours, which seems to have the same concept, but we do seem to get a little bit more here. So let's improve these numbers slightly. And that will improve our top speed, apparently. Will it improve our... Ooh, we can actually go to third in engine cooling and maybe not blow up our car. That'd be nice. All right, so let's do that.
Direct the engineering team to focus on specific areas of performance.
Okay, so we just rip around these sliders a bit. Yeah, we'll figure it out, don't worry. So we can do balance, we can do optimized aerodynamics, optimized cooling, or race performance. All right, so let's look what this does. Oh, okay, so if we went optimized aerodynamics, actually our engine cooling becomes worse, where our acceleration becomes first, but that doesn't seem smart. Optimized cooling would actually go to first for engine cooling, but everything else would stay the same. Race performance, we would go to just the worst car on the grid in terms of engine cooling. That doesn't seem smart. So what if we were to make our own sort of... doesn't seem like we can do much on acceleration, actually. But if we did it like this, we could. Okay. Well, what if I did this? I have no clue what any of this does. I would like to just improve the engine cooling for now. Well, this could be cool too. We could actually get much more acceleration. Except we would be giving up a little bit of our engine, like it would just stay the same. Ooh, we can do this and we get both. We get a little bit less drag reduction airflow front, but yeah, our acceleration would actually become first, our engine cooling third. I mean, honestly, let's just do it, right? Like, no clue what I'm doing, but we'll have to learn somewhere. So let's just make one of these.
Bear in mind, these decisions will have an impact on the duration.
Okay, so we use some engineers, which we have a few. We can only use 6 maximum. Let's just use half, I suppose. And then the approach, we could either do it rushed, which would make the cost go up. But it would also take... Oh, wow, it's gonna take 30 days to get this done. That is rather quick. I'm thinking to go rush then, actually, because it doesn't seem like it's gonna make the design worse. But yeah, it'll cost a bit more money, but that's fine. We have a lot of money. This doesn't seem sensible. Intense. Extra hours to optimize the design. The cost will be higher, but you will gain a greater part expertise bonus, which will improve future designs. That seems really expensive. Let's do this. I'm okay with this. Rush is okay. Wait, does that also give us less design? Normal rate. Okay, cool. So then rush is perfectly fine to do. All right, let's start making one.
Nice work. That's the project started. If you check your calendar, you'll see the team have given you a delivery. Continually designing new car parts is imperative to improving our team's performance.
Yes, thank you. And then we could eventually also actually make it, obviously. Right now we don't have any parts, so... This is already... I mean, we have parts, obviously, but it's already installed, so... Let's maybe design another one immediately. I guess a chassis... This isn't gonna matter much. I mean, none of these parts are gonna be done before this. So let's just see, what else do we want to focus on? I guess DRS, or just car performance straight up. I guess a chassis could do well for us, and it would also improve our engine cooling again. So that doesn't seem like a bad idea. So let's do a chassis. Let's again use a few hours. I don't know if I'm using too many of these. I feel like I'm not, because this is gonna take 20 days to complete. And in 49 days, we're already gonna have the next ATR period, I suppose. But let's just use a little bit, and we'll find out what happens. Wind tunnel hours, again, let's use a few. And design focus. What are we currently doing? This doesn't seem to actually improve much. Can we somehow make that slightly better? We could improve our top speed slightly. Seems to be such a small... Like, this gets us to first, but it's like, there's not even a difference in G-force. Interesting. And we would get a little bit worse at drag reduction. I don't know. Our engine cooling is going to get a little bit worse, but we'll be better at that anyway once our side pods or underfloor is done. So let's do this for now. I have no clue what any of this is going to do anyway. Let's use our remaining engineers, and then let's again do a rushed one. And there you go. All right. So I don't think we should manufacture anything until those designs are done, I assume.
One of my favorite places.
Hello.
This is where the car builds happen, and where we develop and store our car parts. Throughout the season, you'll want to make...
Yeah, that's okay. Obviously, we don't really have any different parts. Can we see somewhere... Powered unit? Hello? Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Can we see somewhere how many parts we have? Oh, there you go. So we have 2 installed, 2 in a warehouse, 4 in a warehouse on the front wing, and on the rear, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so yeah, obviously wings are probably going to be damaged more often, so it makes sense to have like 4 of those, and then everything else is 2, which makes sense to me. All right, cool. Yeah, this seems all really cool.
This is the warehouse.
Yes, it is. All right, every car has 2 cars. It's an integral part of the success, blah, blah, blah. Each car is made up of 9 different car parts. There are 6 aerodynamic car parts, and then there's 3 powertrain car parts, which are built by manufacturers. Okay, so these we can manufacture ourselves, but the powertrains we have to actually get built, and it's start of the season it gets chosen. All teams will constantly develop their cars to stay competitive. You'll need to keep improving your aerodynamic car parts by starting projects, which we just did, and then we obviously need to manufacture them. We can also research car parts for next season's car.
The engineering
right
team
now that was
just finished
not
manufacturing
available.
a suspension system of a brand new design.
Oh,
Well-designed suspension is crucial to the aerodynamic potential of a race car. We always want the best.
okay. So apparently one was done already. The
All the available suspension
F22S2.
designs are here to look through. Notice how both cars currently have the same suspension design installed.
Yes.
Check the new design at the top of the list. As each car can only have one suspension figure.
Yes.
Take the time here to compare the 2 designs.
Yeah, we will. Thank you.
Looks like
Oh
this
my.
new design only has positive
Audrey.
impacts on the car. That's
You gotta
great
stop.
news. We only have 1 copy of this.
Yes.
Select the new
Stop.
suspension design and
Just shut it. All right. So doesn't seem to do that much, to be honest. It is slightly better. I'll give it that. So I guess we'll give it to Charles, who I assume is in car 1.
great work. That's the new suspension fitted.
He's gonna
If
be
you
our
want
number
to
one
have more
driver,
copies
even
of
if
this design manufactured,
Ferrari
you can
in
do
real
so
life
from
doesn't
here.
seem to think so.
Just remember those F1 mandated spending caps. The official, if you don't want the team to manufacture anything right now.
We already manufactured something, it's fine. Okay, so we fitted a better part, and we also still have 3 backups if we need it. I don't think we have anything else, I assume, no. We have a few power units for each car. We can use those once the cars start dropping off in performance a little bit after a few races. Cool. Alright, so yeah, that was a lot of talking. Can we please now get to racing?
There's always some final work to do before we can set off. Check your inbox for the race prep report.
Alright. Yeah, alright.
Okay, you have all the information you should need. Let's head to race preparation to see if there's any remaining tasks for us to complete.
Yeah. Alright, so we need to make sure we do 3 things. Check the circuit info, which we already did. Check your sponsor performance targets. And check the car builds, which we did as well, so I think we're fine.
This is your race preparation. One thing you'll always need to do before each race weekend.
Alright, so first of all, circuit info, we already did this. Doesn't matter too much. I think we're gonna go for soft, hard, soft in our strategies. Just because with high abrasiveness, I'm a bit scared of how long those softs will actually last. They say 12 to 16, but in this strategy, we'll need to make them last at least to 15, if not more. And I'm not a fan of that, so I think we'll go to hards. And we'll probably pit around lap 14 or so, depending on whatever happens. And then same at the end, we'll just know sort of how long we need these to last. But yeah, 12 and 16, let's be a little bit cautious. Let's not do a Ferrari and make sure that we're on the wrong tires continuously.
If we meet these, we'll gain
Okay. Incentives. Each race weekend, the team sponsor will set you targets to earn extra money. They'll also offer incentives, which gives the team a larger financial reward if we achieve them. You can also add guarantees. They reduce the base payment for the weekend, but the bonus for achieving the guarantee will outweigh the reduction. Sorry, a quick sip of water. Adding guarantees is a risk, but can deliver huge rewards if you achieve them. Target types. Performance targets will apply to either the qualifying session, the race itself, or a hot streak of finishes. Hot streaks targets extend over multiple races. Okay, fair enough. All right.
Looks like we've got incentives for both the qualifying session and the race. You can also decide to add targets here and offer our sponsors guarantees.
Yeah, we just read about those.
If you want to offer a guarantee for this weekend.
All right. So, not too. Yeah, we could try one. I mean, okay, these seem pretty.
That feels like something we can achieve without too much difficulty. The reward.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done here.
No, I think Q2 will also be fine to say is a guarantee. If we can't make that, then well, I'd be doing something horrible, I guess. Race targets then. The fastest lap. We could say if we finish position second, we'll get quite a bit of money. Potential loss is only 36 and the reward is 150. Even if we don't get it, I think that's a risk worth taking. And then hot streak targets. Qualifying position streak. Qualify 4th or higher for 2 races in a row with at least 1 driver. I don't know. Should we? I guess. No. Let's leave that one. I don't know about that. Qualifying can be a bit random, right? Like a lot can go wrong during a qualifying session.
It's time for the first race of the season.
And like Mercedes and both Mercedes and Red Bull could obviously finish above us. So let's not do the hot streak right now. And let's just get a bit of a feel for the game first.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstand.
I love this
Either
game
way,
already.
It's time for another fantastic
This is
weekend
great.
of Grand Prix racing.
I love it.
The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns.
Yeah.
With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage.
All right,
It's all
let's
about
hope
focus and
we don't.
balance to get victory here. At this early stage in the season,
There is our
are
crew.
still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. The competition is on.
All right, I love it. This is exactly what we
Great
wanted
to
out
see
of this
you.
game.
Welcome to your
Just
first
Motorsport
race
Manager,
weekend
but
with the
more
team.
in depth and with
It's
real
Friday,
cool
so we're
visuals and
kicking
the
off with
proper
free
licensing.
practice one
This
as
is
usual.
amazing. All right, practice. We get 3 60-minute practice sessions. We can test new car parts, acclimatize drivers to the circuit, and fine-tune car setups. Qualifying is qualifying as always, obviously. And then race. We get the main event. We execute pit stop. Yeah, okay, that all makes sense, obviously. All right, so race weekend. We are currently in P1 for the practice. What do we do? Looks like, by the way, for the weather forecast, sunny, cloudy, but I assume there's not going to be rain, to be honest. We have our targets. Can't change those anymore, so now it looks like we're stuck with them. We have some circuit info. Practice reports. Okay, well, let's keep on
Over
going.
here is our race preparation area.
Yep.
Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice.
Okay, they're already ready for practice. So we see track acclimatization is currently 0%. Car parts knowledge is also 0%, and his setup confidence is a question mark for both our guys. We're on the compounds. Our run plan is 15 laps apparently, and our driving options. Okay, so we can actually change some stuff here. Pace commands the drivers how they should approach cornering, affecting lap times, tire wear, and the risk of racing incidents. I feel like we want them to be pretty like chill. Like we wouldn't go too hard, right, during practice. So let's tell them to ease in a little bit. I assume that's gonna make sure he doesn't get in any accidents, maybe also conserves his tires. Fuel commands, utilize fuel, improve lap times. This doesn't matter, I guess. I mean, we can always refuel for the race, right? ERS strategies. How often do we discharge? Currently we're on neutral, and apparently that's not something we'll change. Oh, okay, we can. So we can harvest, focus on storing energy for future deployment at the expense of lap times. And go neutral, then we'll use just whatever we have. And deploy will actually, or sorry, yeah, in neutral will stay same. And then for deploy, we'll use that during actual fights. Obviously during practice, I don't think this matters. So yeah, we're just gonna go for 15 rounds apparently. R2 is ready too. Should we tell him also to ease in a little bit? I guess so. Here you go. Let's go practice. We'll have them practice obviously on softs because we have most of those. We're getting 8, 3, 2. Obviously none of these are probably gonna matter. So we need at least 1 medium and 2 softs to be as fresh as possible, I think. Okay, well, get the racing.
During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice
What?
sessions.
You're not gonna let me practice? Stimulate the qualifying. That sucks. I'd like to practice. I want to see what it's like. Alright, well, I guess we're simulating. That's a shame. I'd like to see the cars in
what is
action.
proving to be an exciting weekend of Formula One action.
Hello.
With practice having finished and qualifying set to follow.
Yeah.
There's very little time to relax
Carlos.
because each and every driver will need to bring their A game to the track for
Graphics
qualifying.
are pretty good. Like,
They'll
obviously
need to push
it's not
themselves to
on the
limit
level,
if they're to
I don't
be
know, the real
challenging
F1
for a
game, I
strong
guess,
grid
like the one where you
position.
drive.
You simply never know what you'll see.
Pretty good, honestly. Is it
on
even that far?
qualifying.
I don't really play that
Here
game.
we
but
go, folks. It's time to get started.
It seems pretty on par, honestly. I love these visuals, man. Like, I love that they can use the real setups. Alright, so we're actually behind the Red Bulls, but ahead of Mercedes. Bottas is doing Bottas things. We're really close to the Red Bulls, but there's quite a gap to Lewis and everyone else. So, okay. Obviously, it's just practice, and we also did tell them not to push too hard.
To help
So I'm assuming
maximize
that
our driver's performance, the team
made
had
us
to
a little
work on
slower.
3 goals during practice. Track acclimatization
Yeah, we
on
already
the session
said this.
yourself. You might get an even better performance from the drivers.
Well, yeah, I hope so. This doesn't seem that great. Your setup confidence isn't that great. Your performance bonuses are like not even almost full. Okay, so we do actually get some improvements thanks to these bonus points. That is cool. All right, well, let's get to it. I'd love to see these cars in action.
Time for qualifying. Our results here. Qualifying takes place over 3.
Yep, we know how qualifying works. Thank you. Get to it. All right, start qualifying.
Same as practice, the team can handle qualifying for you
No.
if you like. Let's get you hands-on for this round though.
Yes.
Just to make sure you're feeling confident before race day.
Thank you. I can actually play the game now.
Our drivers need to be set in their fastest possible
Started
lap
to think
times,
maybe I shouldn't
so
have
we can
turned on the
advance to next
tutorial.
round of qualifying. The slowest 5
It does
cars
help,
will be knocked
admittedly.
out. Keep a careful eye on time remaining.
Yeah.
Right then. Let's get a...
All right, so send out car 1. Okay, there you go, Sean. I wonder if you can do like pools, like we could have. Okay, oh, that looks sick. Right, let's get Carlos out as well. Oh, I love it. So we have different camera angles. Oh, this is so cool. I love it. This is the back. Oh, okay. No, I didn't want that. I wanted to actually see it.
With a
Oh,
number of onboard
didn't click that
cameras,
button.
so you can see. You can also use the map view if you like.
I know,
Remember
but
you're
I clicked
managing
that on
2 drivers
accident. I'm
throughout the
sorry.
session, so make sure to keep an eye on both.
Okay, so the bucket. Okay, so this is pause. These are these. No, I don't want that. I want to actually see. What I'll do is run. All right, so we're gonna. Can you go away? Go away. All right, they're both on automatic mode. I don't know. And currently we're on Sainz. Actually, I want to be on Leclerc. How do I go to the Leclerc? Ricardo is still in the ring. All right. Take manual control. Should I? Manual control will give you full control over pace, lift, and coast and ERS strategies. But this will only last for the duration of this run on track and will reset back to automatic when the car returns to the pits. Take it, I guess. What do I do now? I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong.
Managing pace will help you manage a car's tire temperature.
Okay. So we have pace for temperature and also wear, pace commands, and tire condition. So we have a lot of
Keep an eye on the tire condition of both cars.
but obviously we haven't started our run yet, so we're gonna chill on this. So how do I switch to Leclerc is just on the left. Okay, so we can see both our guys at the same time. That's perfect. Let's pause. Let's have a look at Leclerc. This is Leclerc where Sainz somewhere else. Can't really tell. I wish I could drag the camera a little bit. That would be nice. Let's go to the map view then, maybe. That seems smarter. These are taking a lot of... Yeah, we can't even see the whole map. Let's just go like this. All right, so we are pretty clear. We don't have any traffic in front of us right now. We're conserving both our guys, but as soon as we're getting on the straight, I think we'll start pushing them both in fuel and in tire wear. So let's get going. All right, maybe we should have put the pace a little bit higher, I feel.
Fuel commands allow drivers to
Yeah.
manage.
Okay. Fuel impact. All cars use fuel while on track. Yeah, really? All cars use fuel while on track. Woo. Spicy. All right. A heavier fuel load reduces the car's acceleration and slows down lap times. Running out of fuel will force a car into retirement. We actually should have not conserved our fuel, I think. Refueling ban. The car can be refueled during practice and qualifying. Obviously not during the race, just like in real life. And then fuel usage. How to utilize fuel. Do we push or not? Drivers conserve fuel by increasing how much they lift and coast while approaching the corners through a lap. Fuel delta projects how many laps we can go.
Just keep an eye
Fair
on
enough.
your remaining fuel.
Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna push. We have a lot So let's go. And yeah, let's see how our guys do, I guess. Can I like tell it to close? I wanna like actually see. Head down.
Copy.
Oh, it actually uses the real. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so let's follow Leclerc on his run. Let's go on board. That should be cool. All right, then let's follow them. Let's see. Push, 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 push. And there we go. And into the first corner. Seemed to lock up a little bit there, or like have a little bit of a moment, but okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's keep on going. Track is completely clear ahead of us, so that should be very nice. There you go. Seems like a fine corner to take. And oh, nice. Alright, Carlos meanwhile behind seems to be doing fine as well. Don't really get any times yet, of course. It would be. Can't we see like our intermediate lap times? Like we must be out of the first bit already, but I can't see that.
Just look after these tires. Copy.
Tires moderately overheated. I mean, it's qualifying, right? Like, why would we? Nothing is damaged. Can I see? Oh yeah, okay. It just tells us like it's up, but I mean we're doing the last part of the lap, right? So I don't know. Why wouldn't we overheat them? I guess we just want to run as well as we can in Q1. We told everyone that we would get to Q3, so we better not go out first time immediately. All right, a little bit of a moment there, but a little bit wide it seems. And that is a 1-3-3. What can Carlos do meanwhile? That is a... What did you do? Why are you plus 2.8? What happened? Why are we so slow? Oh, I must have messed something up. What did I do wrong? Because they're both really, really slow. Is it because I didn't do the tires well? This doesn't seem good.
Slow down. Copy.
This seems like we'd actually probably go out if we're unlucky. Alright, so our guys are heading into the garage. Let's try again. We luckily get another run. We are so much slower than everyone. What happened? What did I do? That doesn't seem right. I must have messed something up.
Our driver is back in the pits. You need to reconfigure.
Alright, let's reconfigure the
The
car.
team will make sure the run plan is updated to include refueling.
Okay, let's give him some fresh
tires. All the
tires.
tire compounds available this weekend. When make
Yeah. Grip. Tires are the contact point between the car and the track. While on track, tire condition will degrade and tires will lose grip. When they lose grip, the car will be slower. If a tire condition reaches 0%, it will fail completely. If 2 or more tires fail, the car will be forced to retire. Dry compounds.
you want maximum performance during qualifying.
Yes, let's use a fresh salt. Why is this return to Pirelli after each president? Okay, well, just pick a new set, I guess. Is there anything else to do here? We could change our front wing angle. I feel like this might help because the oversteer right now is really bad. And even the straights could be... Well, we're going a bit worse on the straights, but... I think this makes sense. We're not replacing any parts. It's gonna cost us a little bit more time, but I think I'm okay with that. And then... Science... Give you a fresh set and your car setup. It would be nice if we could get the traction back to where it was, but that doesn't seem like an option without messing up everything else, so let's not do that. Okay. I guess we'll just send them out again. Seems pretty
Brilliant.
busy.
The car's ready to head back out at your say-so. It's probably best to do at least one more run before the end of the round. Unless you're feeling very confident about our time so far.
No, not at all. Look at this. This is horrible.
The track will
Why
have
would I
more
feel
grip later in
confident
the
about
round.
this?
but there will also be more traffic. It's up to you to decide when you want to send the car.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna send them out now, I think. Alright, well, that didn't go as planned. Let's follow Carlos this time. And he's exiting the pit lane. Now there's a lot of track rubber and a lot of track grip, so maybe that was just it. I mean, we were like first out on track. Maybe that's just not a very good idea. I'm gonna keep this on automatic mode just because I feel like I might have done something horribly wrong. I don't know what, but that didn't seem right at all. Let's get our guys a little bit quicker. It's so busy out now. We're actually blocking Latifi a little bit there, I think. Alright, well, let's see what they do this time. Obviously, I can't really see what the AI is doing, but follow Carlos now on a lap. He really needs an improvement as he's on plus 5 seconds right now. It would be nice to do better. No, he's immediately getting blocked by Latifi. He's getting his back. No. What are you doing, Latifi? You're gonna kick us out of Q1. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit. See what we get this time. I'd like to get to the race, but like, I'd like to actually get to the race with a proper starting position if possible. This is still so bad.
The first flying lap could have gone better, but never mind. Right then. That qualifying run is done, so the driver will return to the pits now.
What did Leclerc do?
Everything happens so fast over a race weekend. But if you need to catch your breath...
I know. He didn't do too great either. We got a purple on Sector 1, it's just... And we got a purple on Sector 3, it's just that everything else we didn't do so well. Alright, well, let's get them back into the pit. Let's try again. That seems horrible. Alright, let's reconfigure that car again. I mean, I feel like Carlos needs another new tire. Because... And they also used up all our softs during the practice? Are you kidding me? Man, the AI really screwed you by, like, not giving you the first option. That's bad. Alright, well, let's use another old tire then, I guess. Oh, we can just use the same one. Just get him ready. And same for you. Yeah, all of these were used during practice. I get it now. That is so bad. Let's use the same one, because we need at least 2 fresh softs for during the race. Oh. That's horrible. Alright, let's try again. Let's get out as quick as we can, because there doesn't seem to be much traffic right now. Maybe I should have not have them be as close as they are to each other right now. Oh, maybe you can give a pull to... Who is this? We're on science, yeah. Maybe you can give a pull to Leclerc. Alright. Yeah, this is interesting, but let's see. Let's see how we can do now. Why it immediately, as soon as I put ×4, we just go to like the higher screen. Alright. 5% chance of rain. Okay. Doesn't seem like anyone else is out right now. I guess that's good for us. We're on the bubble here of going out, which would be really bad. Let's speed things up a little. Doesn't seem like... Okay, that's a lot better for Sainz there, and Leclerc also improved. Okay, this is more like it. What happened? Why did it go so bad to begin with? Alright, get back to the garage. Go ×16, and we're gonna wait out Q1. I don't know, I guess I just don't understand yet how to do it, but it's not like the AI told me. Audrey, where are you when I need you? You should have explained this to me. Like, what happened? What's the difference? Stroll apparently did something. He has a little warning icon. His car seems okay. Doesn't look like there's anything weird with it. Alright. Okay. Oh, maybe that's just who is on the cusp of elimination.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Oh, watch replay.
Let's take a look at the replay.
All right. Yes, please.
So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
Yes. Oh, what the hell did you do?
Very nasty spin.
Yeah. You just went everywhere, Sergio. What are you
That's
doing?
going to be a big blow to the team.
Yeah, I can
Will they be
imagine.
able to
This
recover?
dude seems to be chilling.
We'll
He didn't
see.
mind. Alright, so let's wait out. I mean, obviously we're fine now. We're 3 and 4. I just hate how much tires we used. Because we're gonna need 2 of them during
We're
race.
through to Q2.
We can...
Great work. In Q2, the fastest 15 cars from Q1.
Yes. Alright, so we... The data view.
From the data view, you
Yeah.
can also view how the current session could affect. There's
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't care too much. Oh, we used up so much of our tires. That's horrible. I think maybe the first run, we should have waited for more track grip. And then the second run, we probably ran into more traffic than we should have. And then the third run went fine, it seems like. I guess. Compound are we taking? I guess we'll take this one. I don't want to use these new ones. I want to use them on race day. I don't mind using one of them maybe just to get a good Q3 if we get there. But why does the AI use up so many of your compounds so you can't even do anything about it? That seems horrible. Yeah, take these ones, I guess. Alright, let's start again.
It's up to you whether you manage the rest of the qualifying rounds. If you want.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to manage it because you're gonna use up all my remaining softs that you already used up during practice, which I didn't want. Horrible. Alright, so let's wait, I guess. The track grip seems good anyway, so why would it be bad to already go out now? I don't get that. Like, there's already a lot of track rubber and track grip, so I think... Let's do a test. We'll send out signs first.
Wait a second, hear me? Yeah, all good.
Okay, all good.
Green light.
Green light. Alright. We let our smooth operator go first. Then we wait for a little bit. And we just wait. And we wait. And we wait. Okay, now we send out Leclerc. Let's see if this makes any difference. I don't imagine, because it already says there's high track grip, right? So it shouldn't matter. Sainz is gonna have a really clear track. Meanwhile, Leclerc might actually have some trouble with traffic. We did get out ahead of Magnussen, but we're gonna come up on Perez, I think. A 130.9, that's not super quick, I think. Well, it's a lot quicker than Ocon, apparently. Who came out like second behind us. So that's interesting. Leclerc went past Perez without much trouble, it seems like. We're a lot ahead of Russell too, so this seems to be going a little bit better. Leclerc didn't get a great time, but I feel like that should be good enough. Let's wait. We'll see. Maybe we'll go out one more time, but I feel like we're pretty quick now. We have some time left. We're actually in 6th now. I don't feel like we're in that much trouble because Sue and Ricciardo shouldn't go above us. No, that's fine. Alright, so everyone has done a run. Track grip is now very high, so it could have been a little bit better still. I would really love not to use these tires, man. Is it 77%? This one is also at 77, so it doesn't really matter whichever one we use. I guess we'll send them out once more on this one, and maybe we'll try a Q3 run with this, and then we'll do one run with the fresh tire. I think that's... So we'll get them ready like this. Get you ready like this. Track grip is very high. We'll wait for a little bit until everyone is gone. I guess it's fine now. So let's send them out one more time. This time I'll wait a little bit longer so that they're not like encroaching each other too much. All right. Let's see what that does. Oh. Do their warm-up lap. Oh no, everyone is getting out now. No. Oh, that's gonna be horrible. We're gonna have so much traffic. No. No, everyone came out. No. We're gonna have a horrible time. That's gonna be so bad. I should have waited. I should have gone with the train. Yeah, obviously we're not improving off that time. So we're gonna have to hope that no one else is getting above Leclerc because he might actually drop off. Yeah, that's the end of the session. Let's see what happens here. I mean, we do have a sizable gap to everyone else, but Oh no, we're already in 7th. Please, don't hurt me. Okay, we look fine. Alright, we're good. Oh, that was... Okay, the traffic was horribly mismanaged there on my part. That definitely wasn't the game. Let's go to Q1. Or Q3, sorry. At the very least, this time we're actually there. I think we'll start off with this one. And then we'll use one of those. I think that's the play here. But no, don't use an intermediate. Doesn't seem advisable. Manage it. Because otherwise you're gonna mess up my tires again. Which I need. I mean, this seems all very fine. Let's just get a quick lap out, let's say.
Radio check, Carlos.
I just don't want to be in traffic.
Yeah, radio is good.
If possible. And it seems like the teams do wait for quite a while, so let's just go out quick. Verstappen is going to be right behind us. Perez as well. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so actually a decent amount of people are coming out now. These guys are going to all block us. Oh, hey. Alright, well, that's not too bad. Only like 3 guys. Even Zoom might not block us, honestly. Only Magnussen. Not Russell. Alright. So, 139. We're very close with Sainz. Verstappen actually had a horrible lap. Same for Perez. Maybe they're using older tires. Okay, so this seems like a pretty good setup. Now the question is, do we wanna go out one more time, or are we gonna say this is good enough? I really don't want to use up the only 2 tires that we have for our soft strategy. If we're gonna go out, it's gonna have to be in the next minute or so when the whole train goes out. Right now, basically. I think we want to. I mean, I can send them out with the same tire again, but that's obviously not gonna do too much. Only at 66%. Could put them on a fresh one, but it's gonna cost us some life in these laps. Fine, let's, because I really do want to be up front. We'll use up one set. Alright, and we'll wait a little bit. I think we're just gonna send them out now. I did it again. Now they're gonna be right behind each other. That's so stupid. Oh, whatever. I guess we're just gonna have to make do. I wonder what happened in the manual mode. Like, I must have messed something up, or it was just because the track wasn't ready yet. I hope it was the second. All right, let's see how we're doing. Doesn't seem like we're improving. Sainz at least should be improving. You're on fresh tires, my dude. Ah, Verstappen went above us. Come on. We need a mega lap from you now, Charles. We need a much better S2. I don't know if pulling is a thing, but like, yeah, exactly. Leclerc should be getting a good pull from Carlos here. Doesn't seem like Carlos is gonna improve, but maybe Leclerc. Probably not with a yellow on sector 1. Doesn't seem like that's gonna happen, but no. All right. Well, that was a waste of a fresh tire. What happened here? Okay. Apparently that was just done. So 2 and 3, honestly, not that bad. Max being ahead of us is not the end of the world. I do hate how many tires we used up, but could be worse, right?
To race day.
Race day. Let's go. Finally.
Last minute checks are being made.
We saw a solid qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they're sure to have their chance to push even further during the race.
Yes, I hope
The
so.
work Red Bull did during qualifying was nothing short of spectacular. Now let's see if they can repeat that for today's race. Tonight is a cloudy one, and there's a good chance of rain.
Really?
Teams will
In
have
Bahrain?
to be flexible with their strategy.
Does
for
it
the
ever
race.
rain there?
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle.
That
So
wouldn't
will
be
the
too
drivers
bad
and
for
their
us, I guess,
cars
since
be
we
able to cope
don't
with
really have the
pressure?
tires we
Let's
want.
find out right here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
All right, very first race of the season. I love it. Let's get in it.
Right then, time for the main event, the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is a...
Yes, I know we need to push hard, but thanks. letting me
Each
know.
driver will need to make at least one pit stop to fit new tyres.
Yes.
On average, a pit stop will cost a driver about...
Yes. Alright, strategy. You can plan race strategies before the race starts. A race strategy consists of a sequence of planned pit stops. Yeah. Planning. Planning race strategies allow you to analyze your pre-race options, view the weather forecast, and have a strategy to match different outcomes. You can create your own strategy from scratch or edit one of the team's recommendations. Planning a strategy also makes sure you will fulfill the mandatory tire change rule. Strategies are only a guide, and you can always go off strategy during the race or even start the race with no strategy in place. Hey, just because I joined Ferrari doesn't mean I'm gonna play like Ferrari in real life, alright? If you do go off strategy, you will still need to pit, but will not receive reminders for pit windows. Alright.
Let's set a tyre strategy for our drivers now.
Yes.
Every race weekend, the team will prepare some recommended strategies to choose from.
Yes.
Okay. Strategy A is a fast but risky option,
Yes.
relying on 2 soft stints and no hard compound at all. Strategy B is a well-balanced option, 2 soft stints and a nice long middle stint on a hard compound. Right.
Yeah.
Strategy C is a slower but safe option.
No,
If
we're
you
definitely
think
not
a
doing
different
that.
approach could work, you can make changes to any of the team strategies or even create one from scratch. We can always adapt our strategy.
Yes, okay. So, do we think there's gonna be rain? Like we said, we're gonna do
Going with
B
strategy
most
B?
likely.
Just remember this has a very conservative first stint on those soft tyres. Okay, now to select a strategy for our other driver.
Okay, so we can pit around these times. What do you mean very conservative? I mean, we're kind of forced into it because we don't have softs that will last that long because we have to use one. Here we can see the weather. There does seem to be a pretty decent chance of rain, honestly. Oh. Track rubber is very low. That makes sense. Let's just go for it.
You should consider picking a different strategy for each driver.
All
This
right,
gives
all
us a
right.
chance to take advantage.
Fine. Carlos is going to
Both
go with the
drivers
risky
with a
option.
set strategy in place. Right. Let's head
This
back
also
to the
means we have a
preparation.
slightly different setup, which is nice. And we don't have to double stack, which would also be nice. All right. Let's do it. Start race.
It's a cloudy night tonight, but otherwise the weather looks good for the race.
All right.
And there's Charles Leclerc.
Hello, Charles.
They're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds of the race.
Sip of water.
And further
Drying
back,
out in the
there's
smoke
Sainz. Starting in third place, they're in a really good position for this race.
Yes, we are.
Will their hard work pay off today?
Hopefully. Worked really hard to get this second and third, and we
this
split the
is
Red
it.
Bulls.
The Bahrain Grand Prix.
Beep. Beep. And lights out.
It's lights out, and
Away
away
we
we
go.
go.
All right, let's hold on there for a second. Doesn't seem like we got the greatest start with either of our guys. So we could go for attack or aggressive, which I feel like would be wise to start off with, at least aggressive for a little bit. And we also have a little bit too little fuel, as always, like teams under fuel a little bit in order to make it to the end of the race, but like they'll lift and coast a little bit along the way. But I feel like we're going to use both of these factors right now to try and push really hard. And let's see if that works. I don't know. Seems like Carlos actually got a better side on the outside there. He's going to have to go in. Leclerc doesn't attack Max. Oh, these are very confusing camera angles. Where are we right now? Fans actually lost the position there. Since you need to make these softs last a little longer, we're gonna stop pushing, and I'll give you a little bit of fuel still, but that's it. What happened? You ran wide, like,
Red
a
Bull
lot.
moved up.
Yeah, well, we know that. We were watching it.
Slow down now.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that's a shame. But Leclerc is still there at least, so let's hope he can do well. He's pushing on Verstappen a little. Let's keep it as is for now. Alright, speed up a little. Maybe we can watch him. Yeah, there you go. Alright, let's watch him go after Max here. Pretty dangerous. Sergio's right behind him as well. Sainz is quite behind Perez, but then Bottas is also quite behind us again. So as soon as DRS opens, which should be next lap, I suppose. Another driver locked up, and we have a yellow flag somewhere. Who locked up? Let me see. Oh, there we go. That was Noda. Ooh. Wonder what happened. Oh. Oh. Yeah, you're doing good there? Okay. Alright, let's go back to our own story. Yeah, I'd like to see that actually.
Now let's
what
look
happened
at
there?
this. The focus on Sonoda.
Yep.
Well, they've locked up. They won't have been happy about that.
Alright, well that seems like a weird turn to do that in. And then, yeah, that was a weird little move. I think the AI got confused by another car coming in.
They'll be questioning just what happened
Again, like this dude is just unfazed. I love the guys with the helmet. They just don't care. They're savages. I think we had that in the same thing with Sergio. I love that. Can we get him on the straight? Maybe? No, we can't get him. But that's okay. Just stick with him and we'll keep on fighting. Let's conserve our tires a little now. These do need to last for a while.
We should slow down.
And let's also go balanced on the fuel. I know this is probably going to cost us some time, but I don't really want to fight Verstappen too much anyway.
During the race,
whoa.
you can use the strategy view to check on each driver's strategy and adjust them if need be.
Yes.
You can also check the strategy graphs to see how a car's tyre wear is matching up to the team's expectations.
Okay.
You can also use the car and track tabs to view more details about them. The car tab shows you current and projected component condition and fuel loads, while the track tab has more information about weather and...
Okay. So we can see our car. Car looks fine. Then we have the track. They'll just, yeah, rain is well, not expected, but it could definitely happen. Chance of incidents is pretty low right now. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's gonna be too much rain. In the strategy view, it looks like, yeah, it's very minuscule, but I feel like Charles is a little bit lower because we told him to push a little bit more. That's fine. Let's go back to racing. Whoa. There we go. Alright, let's go back to our usual camera and maybe speed things up a little bit. Because we do have a lot of laps left. maybe we go a little bit like this and we speed things up a little. Sainz is pushing.
And you can use DRS.
Okay, DRS has now been enabled. Lap 3, of course. And hopefully that's enough for our guy, because we're both in DRS range, so hopefully we can make the move. It does seem like Carlos there is trying to make the move. On the outside? No. On the inside now? No, that wasn't enough. But maybe on the next lap. Luckily Bottas is quite far away from us, so we definitely don't have to worry about him. And he seems to be holding up the Mercedes here. We can see in the distance Russell is moving on the inside on him. Yeah, oh, is he gonna make it stick? Yeah, okay. So Russell goes up above Bottas. Meanwhile, we have our own little DRS train here, actually. It seems like Max is actually holding us up a little, because we had a bigger gap to Perez. This is very loud. I'm gonna turn down the audio a little bit. Maybe something like that. That seems to be bad. I think that was a little bit too loud. Alright, let's see. We're coming to the main straight soon again. Oh, we're trying to move on the outside. And what happened? We just go past without any problems whatsoever. Alright, I like it. Nice job. Okay, that's Leclerc passed, but now obviously Sainz also still needs to go past.
And Ferrari just gained a place.
Yeah, okay, well we saw that. We were watching it live, so that's fine. We still have the little DRS train there. Let's see, we're coming up on the main straight soon, so let's see what we can do there. Hopefully the DRS helps us and doesn't hurt us, because obviously they could take back that spot on Leclerc. Yeah, they're trying.
We are the fastest car on track.
Nice. Fastest lap. No, but Perez took it back immediately. Ooh, that's a bit wide there. That's too wide, but we take it back on the inside. Okay. Well, we managed to defend, but it's going to be very close. Because of all these shenanigans, it doesn't seem like Sainz can make his move either the way he wants. Oh, and Max just bolts it down the inside there. And looks like he's got us.
What's happening?
So at the moment you have P2. At the moment P2.
I mean, I feel like he knew that, Marcos. I think he was just...
Red Bull gained the place.
Yeah. Fine. Alright, how are we doing in terms of tires? We look to be pretty much on track. Maybe we start pushing a little bit here again. Let's get a little bit aggressive.
A bit more.
Oh, we've been pushing Carlos way too much, and we have a yellow flag. Another car has run wide. Don't know who that was, but
Is that a lockup? Here's the replay.
of course it's
Now
Latifi.
let's look. We're watching
The greatest.
Nicholas Latifi. It's a lockup.
It's the sim turner, you should know that, I think. Locked up in. Alright. Yeah, I used up. I didn't see that I still was using too much fuel for Sainz there. We're gonna have to probably conserve him a little bit at some point. But we did just overtake again.
Let's have
a look.
Okay, here's the Ferrari.
I love how chaotic this is. It feels like a real race, you know, where you constantly have to monitor two cars. Doesn't seem like the most spicy of overtakes. We're just kind of trading back and forth, actually,
There they go.
between Leclerc and Verstappen. Is very reminiscent of the first race of the season. I love it. All right, let's go a bit into the overhead mode. I think this little train we can just
As the
go
race
for a little bit.
progresses, remember to keep an eye on the planned strategy.
Yeah, I
The
know, we
data
did.
view is also an important area to track during the race.
What is the... Yeah, okay. They seem to be using more of their tire than we are, actually, so that's good. That means now that we're finally gonna use it, we can probably make a move, and that's exactly what Sainz just did. He's in third. Very nice. Alright, perfect. Okay, so our strategy seems to be holding up.
Let's
Let's
take
have a
a
look
closer
then.
look. Let's have another look. Science is the focus here.
And in that little melee scrap, it seems like Perez was the one to lose out. Perfect. Alright, beautiful. Love the look of these cars, man. Looks so cool. Alright, so our tires seem to be holding up pretty well. We're using up less of them than Red Bull, at least. So that's good. Can you go away? I just want to see, yeah, I want to see the track, please.
Was a strong lap.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, all good. We're still fighting. Alright, but yeah, this little weird train that we've had is overtake failed on Verstappen. That's fine. Yeah, let's speed things up a little bit again. We're only on lap 6. We're definitely gonna need to go a little bit quicker. Oh, Verstappen took it back from us. That's unfortunate. And then we took it back from them again. This is chaos abound. Yeah, it's fine. I believe it. I mean, I'm sure they're also going to take us back again. I guess this is just like DRS doing its thing. How are we in terms of tire? We're still ahead, but a little bit less than we were before, I think. But that's okay. I do want to keep these positions if possible. Looks like we have... Why are you... You're not on conserve fuel, but... Oh, it's because you've been behind cars for so long. Whereas Leclerc has had to like go out himself, I think. I don't know. Let's... No, we don't need to push though, because you're... We'll push once... Oh, okay. You're actually trying to overtake your teammate. Cool. I mean, it's fine. We're not telling him team orders like stay behind Charles at all costs or something, but... It seems like even on this medium strategy, Sainz actually is saving an insane amount of fuel, whereas Leclerc is using up more than he should. That's okay though, because we have them on different strategies. It's actually overtook Leclerc. Wow. Alright, alright. If we can get out of DRS of these guys, we sort of seem to be almost, but like just Barely not. That would be great. Sainz got taken back by Leclerc again, and now we're just in the same, stuck in the same train again. Still have better tires for now. That's good at least. Yeah, I don't know how this like fuel works, because I put it on medium, but it seems to just vary constantly back and forth. I guess it's while they're trying to overtake it uses up more or less, but it's not like I'm telling him to use more or less. Since Leclerc is in front, let's tell him to push and see what that does. And we'll tell Sainz to stop pushing a little bit. And maybe that does something. No, I don't, because I don't want to get Sainz overtaken either, of course. Seems to be very close. We have a lot of fuel left over. Insane. Okay, let's use up a little of yours then as well. Might as well. But you have +3 laps. And you're gaining like a lap per turn. What's happening? I don't understand. Okay, oh, I'm just confused. Yeah, no clue what's going on here. We do seem to be doing fine in terms of tire performance. Pit window is going to open soon for Leclerc, who's going to go to the hards, but Sainz needs to hold off a little while still. Sainz actually overtook Leclerc there again. Interesting. So you gained an insane amount of laps, and now you're at +6, which... You gained them and you lost them? Okay, so next lap we can go.
Our driver has just entered the pit window. The pit window encompasses the laps that cover. This means it's nearly time to call the planned pit stop. Unless you think there's a reason to pit immediately.
Okay. Okay, so the optimal lap will be in like 2 laps or something. We'll wait for now. I think these tires are still fine. They should be better than Red Bull's. Barely. So that's okay. Let's stick to it then. Have a look again. Shoo. This is pretty cool, even on ×2. It's giving me a bit of dizzies, but it's pretty cool. To see the Red Bulls like closing in. Seems like in Q3 they close in on us, but in Q1 and 2 we get ahead of them. Alright. And we constantly are swapping between Sainz and Leclerc. And now we're like out of fuel again. I don't understand how the fuel works, to be honest. It's fine. We haven't used much of our battery. Like we're using just enough to never be at 100%, I guess. So I think we definitely go for at least another lap. I'm assuming this bar is gonna move now. Yeah. Okay, so it's 2 more till the optimum for Leclerc. And you're obviously not in your pit window yet. I'm fine with using these for a little while longer, I think. As long as Red Bull isn't pitting, they can't undercut us. So I guess we're staying out for at least 1 more lap, maybe 2. I don't know yet. I mean, we're going to be on fresh hards, which are going to be slower. So we're just kind of running our own strategy and trying. Sometimes, like, I feel like the cars have a little, like, finicky moment where they, like, just go left or right really rough. Which I don't think they should, but... Sainz has been using up a bit much of his tires at this point. He's still ahead of the Red Bull, so... Honestly, as long as he's ahead of the Red Bulls, I don't care. I mean, look at the difference with, like, Bottas and... everyone else. Alright. So you've entered your pit window, and... For Leclerc, we are going to pit you next lap. So, where do we do that? Pit. Pit option. Alright, so I want to put him on a fresh set of hearts. And... Track rubber is very low. That's probably not great for a hard, but maybe I'm doing the clown moment now, but let's see. We're going to just have him pit. And yeah, Sainz is going to come in another 2 or 3 laps. Should be okay. Copy, copy. Let's use up as much as you can then of this tire. And you need to make your tires last a little while longer. Let's get in the overhead view a little bit. So as long as they're still on that train, I don't want them to push yet. But as soon as Leclerc is out of his way, Carlos is going to try everything to get away from these guys. All right, so there he goes. We're going to tell Sainz to just push like a madman. So push on the fuel and even, honestly, even on the tires, even though they're at 36%. Looks like Perez is coming in to cover off Leclerc pitting. And I do want to see pit stop here, obviously. So there you go. Let's see how we do. I'm curious about this pit stop. That's a mistake, I think. Oh my god. What are we doing? We're the Ferrari, we're the clowns now. It was a 5.3 second stop. That is horrible. Yeah, so now we're behind Perez, obviously. Magnussen locked up, don't really care. Alright, so that's horrible for Leclerc there. The Ferrari pit wall does what it does best, which is...
We should slow down.
Be bad. Alright. Where are Sainz and Verstappen? It seems like Sainz can't really get away from Verstappen here. Let's see, what did Sergio do? He also went to hards. Alright. So it seems like we chose similar strategies. Verstappen actually goes by Sainz here, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, lost his position. That sucks, but not the end of the world. We're gonna go one more lap, I think. Okay, now Verstappen goes. And then we're gonna go to our mediums next lap. Yeah. Alright, hopefully Sainz here gets a better pit, because that was crappy. Alright, let's get you in. What is Verstappen gonna do?
Very poor grip, I don't know why.
You do know why. I mean, your tires are just old, buddy. It's okay.
Okay. How are temperatures?
They're fine. Don't worry so much. Yeah, Leclerc not doing too hot right now. He's quite far behind.
Gasly just hit it now.
Okay, that's useless. Yeah, we're really far behind Perez here. So how did everything go? I mean, we're in a train stuck behind Perez and Verstappen. Verstappen got a really good pit stop too. And Sainz is probably going to be pretty slow. That sucks a little. But it is what it is. I mean, all our competitors are going to have to pit soon too, and then we'll get back to what we're doing. Hopefully these mediums will work out for us, but let's see. Sainz coming in, and that is a much better pit time. Can he get out ahead? No, he can't, but he is ahead of Perez at least. And we're kind of stuck in the same position, except now we're behind. That does suck a little. We can't push these tires too hard here. But we are on fresh medium, so we should be a little bit quicker than our competitors with Sainz at least. I hope. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. Speed things up a little bit again. Let's see what happens. We have a lot of time now. I don't know. I think for Leclerc, we're actually going to use...
If a driver needs an additional performance push for a short time, they can...
Yes, I know. We're gonna...
There are 3 ERS strategies that deploy more energy than they harvest, but each use that energy for a different
there's
purpose.
also a defend option.
Overtake and defend are best for getting ahead of cars or for keeping them behind you. Deploy is the fast. Harvest will prioritize charging up the battery instead of using energy for performance.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think with Charles, we're gonna try and overtake. And that means we're also gonna have to use some fuel and probably even some tire. Let's see if we can do something with that. Because he's so close. Sainz, meanwhile, he's not close enough. We're gonna just have to push a little bit. I'm hoping on the long straight he might be able to overtake Perez here. Yes. Even before the long straight, actually.
At the moment, we are the fastest.
That's the fastest lap. Nice. Then now we're gonna use it to defend for a little while, I think. I do need to push back on the tire there. We can't use up too much on the hards. Hopefully that's good enough. Meanwhile, Sainz is just following behind Verstappen. That's perfectly fine. Oh, actually went ahead there for no reason. Okay. Even though we're just on regular.
And Ferrari just gained a place.
Let's see what happened there.
What happened there? Let's have
Yes.
another look.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Focus here.
Alright. Just straight up on the outside. Overtook him like a champ. Move
A bold move
operator.
indeed. And with that, they've gained the position.
Alright, now obviously we're on the mediums, so we should be quicker. And that's gonna cost us a little bit down the line, obviously, but for now, very happy about that. Let's see if we can keep him ahead. And we're still in a dogfight even here with... Have you defend with your battery as well. Be nice. Oh, you lost the position again. That is unfortunate. Let's go neutral for now and just use up what you can. Probably also gonna have to stop using all that fuel a little bit.
Okay.
How are we doing in terms of tires compared to our opponents? Oh, Max actually also went on the mediums. That is interesting. We're doing pretty fine in terms of strategy, I feel, but we definitely don't want to go too aggressive because that would shorten our tire life too much. And we gotta remember we don't have fresh stock available to us anymore, so we're gonna have to make these last a little bit longer. That is a nice move from Charles right there. Very good. All right.
Like this.
Let's go back to regular mode.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
I know. We're gonna have to go neutral, even though it's probably gonna cost us. Yeah, we're already behind Verstappen now anyway. So
Red Bull
that's
gained
okay.
the place.
It seems very finicky. Like we're constantly battling these guys back and forth. Just like in real life, honestly. Except when we crash out or something like that. Meanwhile, Hamilton and Russell are fighting Bottas in the middle there. That's just really funny. This is just a constant. Every time there's DRS, basically they overtake each other. Problem is we can't seem to get out of DRS range every single time. All right. Well, let's just save up some of our fuel. Let's save up some of our tire. Leclerc took him over. If we're constantly going to be dogfighting in the DRS anyway, we might as well make sure that we have a bit more tire life and a bit more fuel for near the end of the race. I mean, honestly, if we didn't have that horrible pit stop with Charles, he'd be also in that dogfight, and like Perez would be far behind
I
us.
think there's been a lock-up.
Ooh, Verstappen locks up there. Let's watch
take
that.
a look at the replay. Now here we
That's
see
rare for
Max
him.
Verstappen.
What did you do?
They've
Oh,
locked up.
not a horrible lockup, but definitely costly while fighting. And this is actually the chance we need, because now we're 1.4 seconds cleared. That means we really want to push now. We want to get away from this guy, like, as much as we can. So let's push. Let's use everything we can to get away from this Red Bull. Where are we? We're right here. All right. There's also Latifi who body blocked Verstappen for a little bit there. That's nice.
Lock up on the track.
Ricardo looking up. I want to get out of this DRS range. Just get away from him. There you go. Perfect. 1.6. Use as much as you can. How are we doing in terms of tire life? We're still ahead of him, so that's perfectly fine by me. Just get away from him. Come on. Leclerc not really using much. He can still swap around with Perez a little bit, but since we got such a golden opportunity to get away from this DRS trap, I really wanted to be out of it. Let's push back a little bit now, though. We can't be using too much anymore. Even the DRS, we're gonna just have to go neutral. All right, 3 seconds now. That's perfect. That's a really good gap. Leclerc, meanwhile, got overtaken by Perez again. It sucked, but yeah. With that horrible pit stop, he was always going to be a little bit out of the first place fight, for at least for now. But this is a really good gap that we've now built to Verstappen. So let's try and keep it.
And Ferrari just gained a place.
Okay, you said as if that hasn't happened like 17 times this race already. We're now equal, so I do want to stop pushing on these tires a bit. And yeah, like we got overtaken back again. 3.6 seconds is quite a bit. That's rather nice. And Leclerc, they're just swapping every single DRS zone. They're just swapping. That's pretty funny. We're on pretty similar strategy, I think, with Sergio, and our tire life is pretty much exactly the same. So this is just going to be down to driver skill at this point. And obviously the next pit stop is going to be very important, but let's keep on going. They're just going to be swapping back and forth a little bit. It seems like we can keep Verstappen sort of at a similar place from like before, so that's perfectly fine. Obviously, yeah, these guys are just swapping continuously, so I'm just going to ignore that. There isn't much point to me in trying to get it. I mean, DRS is just too strong. Like, we're just not. Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay. Overtook him again. That's nice, but didn't really. Oh wait, Leclerc overtook both. What happened there? Didn't see that. Okay, well now I'm interested in defending actually. Let's push these tires a little bit. Don't want to do it too much because we're kind of in the same tire lifespan. But right now we're holding up to this line, it seems.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
I really would love to defend this if we can. Okay. Let's try and get away from him here. I mean, it's gonna be hard because it's still just in DRS range. DRS is so strong here. It would be nice if we could keep him behind. I think we're nearing the main straight. Oh, yeah. Where are we? Oh, halfway in the lap. Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to see. I mean, 0.7. 0.5. Also seems like our gap to Sainz is shrinking pretty quickly, which isn't ideal. Gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna harvest that battery a bit. That's probably gonna be costly actually. I probably used a bit too much of that. I think Verstappen is gonna get us back here. Even Perez, seems like we're okay for one more lap. We're gonna have to get some DRS back, and we're also gonna have to get some fuel back, so we can't be using this same strategy the whole time. If he can try and hold up the two Red Bulls, that would be nice, because Sainz seems to be slowing down a little. I guess it's just his mediums are starting to drop off a bit more. Is unfortunate. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Verstappen takes him back. Hopefully the dogfighting will slow them down a little, because they're gaining on Carlos too quickly.
Red Bull gained a place,
which isn't ideal. So far the medium strategy doesn't seem to be too bad, I must say. I mean, it's expected, Ferrari, right, that they'd be getting quicker back to us. Can't really do too much about this. We could try and harvest a bit of our ERS now that we have the we have this distance to do so. Because like Leclerc is having to use all of his just to keep the Red Bulls behind, which I guess is keeping him, like, it's keeping Carlos a little safe, so that's nice at least. But look at me, I'm the Ferrari clown now. I'm the one using Leclerc as a backup driver for Sainz. Alright, we're getting a decent amount of ERS back, that's nice. Looking pretty good. Oh wow, that's very close all of a sudden. Let's start using our ERS again. Don't want them to get too close. Gonna get to our pit window soon at least, that's good. These softs are gonna have to last all the way till the end. That's dangerous. Leclerc overtakes Perez. Okay, so yeah, we're ahead of them again. 2.8 seconds now. They're gonna have to go through some back markers, so hopefully that slows them down a little bit. Seems to be slightly. It cost them like 0.2, I think, so that's not too bad. I guess we lost that before, obviously, while Sainz had to go through. Yeah, we're completely out of DRS on Leclerc, but we do have a decent battery saved up for Sainz in case it's needed. 3 seconds seems to be holding for now, and obviously Leclerc is just continuously swapping places with the DRS there. Getting on our pit window soon-ish. Yeah, next lap we could start doing it.
Red Bull moved up.
Gonna take a little while longer for the hards to drop off. So, gonna keep going. Yes, we've entered the pit window. That's perfectly fine. We're gonna have to make these mediums last for a while longer, to be honest. Thinking even to go a bit like light here. I'm not gonna push much. Like, you're still just stuck in that little DRS train. Whatever you take, you're also gonna give back again. So, not much point, honestly. You are getting a little bit too close now, too quickly. I guess it's also because we're conserving our tires. Yeah, this is going too quick now. Let's, all the fighting at least is good, but... That's also maybe just because we're not even going through traffic actually right now. 1.8, this is getting dicey. As soon as they hit 1 second, they're gonna catch up the signs in a matter of seconds. Oh, Verstappen goes for an early pit. Oh, are they doing the soft, hard, medium strategy? Let's see how he comes out. What do you come out with? He's going softs at 88%. Like, they're not even fresh softs. You're gonna make those last like 18 laps. What are you doing? What's wrong with you, Max? Okay, well, interesting. Then we have Leclerc is actually out of range of Perez's DRS now. That's perfect. Okay, so this is really good for us, I think. I think Max, obviously, he's gonna probably get out ahead of us, but his softs are gonna drop like a brick near the end of the race, I feel. Obviously, I don't know. We're sticking to our strategy. We're not going early to like block anything off or anything like that. This is the optimal lap. Is it?
Ready to call a pit stop? Bring the driver in and...
Is it though? Because this is already at 91%. Fine. We'll bring you in, I guess. I mean, we have to do 16 more laps after this one. That's tricky, honestly. I feel like that's tricky. Like, how long did we make the others last that we used? Can I see that? I want to see. We made them last till 18. That's not too bad. I guess we can bring him in then. And maybe you can cover off Verstappen still then. Fine, we'll do it. Screw it. Bring him in. If it's optimal, it's optimal.
Box, speed confirm in box.
Yeah, box.
Yeah, box. And then Leclerc's gonna have to wait a little bit. So he's gonna have 2 more laps to go. And then his optimal pit window comes in. So let's see what happens. Could really use the pit crew to do a good pit stop here, to be honest. I guess we should be just using everything we have.
And more push.
Even honestly, just deploy as much ERS as you can for a little bit here. Meanwhile, we're still ahead of Perez with Leclerc quite decently, so I don't need to use any of his things. I do want to keep Perez out, so we're still going to use up the ERS we have. You're pitting, right? What? Pitting this lap. Did it not go through? I think... Yeah, okay. Cancel pit stop. So it is going through. I think we're not gonna use much more ERS now, so let's stop using that. And, well, we can still use the tire as much as we can, of course. It's fine. Gonna be chunking it soon anyway. Probably gonna go to some fan. Might want to use it. Right, Sans, where are you going? Ah, there you go. Why is it still showing this? I'm pretty sure that we're pitting, right? Yeah, okay, he is in the pits. Perfect. Alright, let's watch him again. I'm curious if this time goes a bit better. Probably Verstappen is gonna get at it. Well, it was a sizable gap. It depends on the pit stop here. Okay, very good pit stop. That's nice. We're gonna immediately push as much as we can, I think. We really want to get out ahead of Verstappen here. Can I just use my stuff? Thank you. Well, where are we actually compared to Verstappen? We're pretty far ahead actually, 1.9. Okay, that's good. But we definitely can't be using up these tires too much, so let's not do that. His tires are at 80% already, so he should be slower than us on average, and he didn't get in DRS range. That's perfect. Stop saying that I need to pit. I don't need to pit. I don't know why this is still stuck here. I guess there's a bit of a bug. If I click on it, are you gonna shut up? I'm not pitting, obviously, but... Nope, still there. Interesting. I guess that's just a bug. We're gonna go one more lap, I think, with Leclerc. Actually, where are you right now? You're here. We could pit you right now. We could also wait one more lap. No, I think we're gonna go. I think this is good enough. Let's start using this set of tires as well, and that means you should push as much as you can on this set of tires.
Pit confirm.
Maybe a little bit early, but let's use up as much as we can here. Don't think we'll get out ahead of Verstappen as he had more time on the fresh softs, but we are also going to be on fresher softs than him by the time the pit happens. So hopefully that cancels each other out a little bit. And I don't think we were outside of DRS range anyway, so that's okay. Perez coming in at the same time as us, trying to cover us off. Well, he just needs pit as well, of course. What is our pit like? Getting a little bit long, but not the end of the world. I don't know what his pit was. Can't see that apparently, but it looks like sort of the same gap as before, so I think that should be okay. How are we getting out here? Verstappen does indeed beat us, and by a sizable chunk as well, unfortunately. Definitely don't want to push too much here.
We should slow down.
Don't slow down, but like push a little bit harder, less hard maybe. But we are still in DRS range of Verstappen, that's really good. We've been harvesting a decent amount of ERS also on Sainz, so that's pretty good too. And I think in terms of tire life, Leclerc is on par with Perez, and both our cars are quite a bit ahead of Verstappen, so that's good, I'd say. Let's see then what we can do. Hopefully we can use, yeah, there you go, the DRS, or the DRS is just immediately pulling us alongside Verstappen. The best part about that isn't that we're overtaking Verstappen, because that really isn't going to do too much for us here. The main thing is just that we're now so far ahead of Perez, who can't get DRS off of either of us, which is really good. Now obviously this is going to be a really hard position to take. I think near the final lap we're just going to have to try and juggle that we are the ones to get the DRS on the final lap somehow. What happened there? Looks like a little yellow flag moment, but nothing too bad happened. Yeah, these guys are just going to swap back and forth. Again, a little yellow flag. Don't know what happened there.
Run wide.
Of course, it's the GOAT who did that. Oh, Sainz ran wide. That's not good. Looks like it only cost us a second. But that is still costly. That's not what we want there. Definitely can't keep doing that.
Ferrari just gained a place.
Okay, but we're still, I mean, we're probably making Max fight more, right? Yeah, he's definitely fighting on those tires, so that's good for us. This arrow annoys me. Excuse me. Careful of running wide, he said. Oh, something happened. All of a sudden, both Leclerc and Verstappen are just insanely far away from Sainz.
Sounds like a few cars have crashed.
But
We can take a look now.
what
Watch
happened?
this. There's
Wait.
Leclerc.
That's us. We crashed? Oh!
That's the contact there. Oh,
Okay, well that's where the
chaos on
seconds
track.
came from. Whoa! Okay. Alright. I assume that did something to our car. Aerodynamics.
As the cars spend more time on track, make sure you keep an eye on their condition.
Well, yeah. Oh, we have major front wing damage. Oh, apparently you can also say avoid curbs and driving clean air. Okay, but this is... I mean, it was bad. I'll admit that. But... why is the game not running now? Still says call a pit stop. Seems like I crashed the game a little. Game? Did I tell him to do something? Like replace the front wing? Okay, that's what it wanted me to do. Fair enough. I thought I found a bug. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I guess we need to come in. Verstappen, does he need to come in? Oh, we're gonna be so far. Like, we're gonna... that's horrible. We're gonna get overtaken by Hamilton, I think. That's bad, but I don't think we can keep running with a completely broken front wing.
As the cars spend more time on track,
The tires should
make sure you keep
last,
an
so
eye
I
on
guess
their
we
condition.
only need to...
As the cars spend more time on track, make sure you keep an eye on their condition.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I did find a bug. What if I cancel the pit and... Okay, then it seems to... Okay, I'm not gonna pause the game anymore because that seems to do some weird shenanigans. Okay, so good news and bad news. Bad news, obviously, Charles is gonna have to come in. Good news? We gained ourselves a few seconds to Verstappen with Sainz. I don't know. I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation here. Yeah, that obviously wasn't ideal. I mean, it's just a driver mistake, right? Like, he didn't need to crash into... I think he ran wide and then he tried to correct it and ran into Verstappen's back right. I mean, it wasn't even like we were pushing him, I think, so... It was just a driver mistake that, unfortunately, Charles has made a few times in real life as well this season. I said we'd fix Ferrari, but we are the Ferrari now. On the plus side, looks like Sainz has a bit more of a gap now to Verstappen. And it even seemed to have dropped back Perez still a little bit. He couldn't capitalize either. Obviously, we're now getting very slow. There's a big gap actually to us and Hamilton. I guess he hadn't pitted yet. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, Leclerc is going to need to pit. I think we'll still come out ahead of Hamilton. So we're just getting fourth with him. It's not ideal, but we do get a race win, hopefully. Yeah. Not what we were... Oh, Verstappen also had to pit. Oops, I just sped up the game too much. Does look like he had to pit for less damage. Maybe just a tire change or something. Our pit stop took a little bit longer, unfortunately. But that's okay. We do seem to have enough fuel. Our tires are also lasting. We're actually using a bit too much on Carlos, so let's go to the light with him.
Slow down now.
I'm gonna have to make sure these tires last now till the end of the race, and we do have 8 seconds to Perez, so that's okay. Yeah, obviously that little moment ruined the race for Verstappen and Leclerc, but honestly not that bad. I mean, that kind of did save Carlos, who might have gotten overtaken. It does look like the medium strategy was actually the right strategy in the end, unless these tires are gonna pop, but now we can just start conserving them because, well, why not? We have an 8-second gap, so we might as well. So yeah, not too unhappy with the strategy there. It's just, we had some moments, right? Like we had the long pit stop for Charles with the mistake in it. And then we had Charles actually crashing into Verstappen, which was sort of a net neutral since they both crashed each other out, right? It's not like they gained a lot on us. Only downside was our pit stop to fix it took a lot longer.
We are the fastest car on track.
Great, thank you, Marco. I don't want to replace them just because I like that they have their real voices, which is cool. But I guess if you get someone else, they would have also gotten their voices, so I suppose that's not too bad. Perez is gaining a little bit, but I do like just making sure that our tires can last. So, and anyway, I don't think he's going to gain enough on us that it matters in 7 laps. He needs to gain a second per lap at the moment just to make it. That's not too bad. Verstappen, meanwhile, is just in no man's land, same for Leclerc. Neither of them can really get anyone or defend against anyone. Let's speed up. Let's see, how are you doing in tires? You're doing perfectly fine. How are you doing? Slowly getting that percentage up to where it needs to be. Good. Meanwhile, Max has actually been... he probably got a fresh set of tires also when he was repairing his damage. Unfortunately, we didn't really have a better soft, so it didn't matter too much what we did there. I wonder, because our front wing took quite a while to repair, whereas he seemed to come out like 8 seconds ahead of us. I don't know. Interesting. Maybe we conserve even a little more. I mean, we're already losing a bit too much time. I'd rather not, to be honest. I think we're just gonna have to assume that light will work here. We are coming sort of back on where we need to be, so I think it's okay. Meanwhile, Leclerc doing alright. Like I said, not really gaining or losing much. All locked up. What's new? And we're keeping the 6 seconds, so I'm not too unhappy about that. And it seems like we're getting enough percentage not to crash out this car. I think we're going to conserve now for a little bit at least. Seems like around 30% they start complaining about their tire wear. So I'd prefer not to get to that point, because I guess that's where you could start crashing maybe. And we have 5 seconds, right? So might as well play it a little safe here. I don't think he's gonna make up a 1.5 seconds per lap.
Last lap.
Nice. Last lap.
Copy.
And should be fine on the tires here, but barely. Definitely gonna hit that 30% at the last bit there, but with 5 seconds to go, I guess it doesn't matter. Same for Leclerc, let's just play it safe. Obviously, he's not gonna overtake anyone, or not overtake anyone. We also have enough fuel to last till the end of the race. Don't need to use up much more of that. I guess we could use up all our battery. Use it all. Maybe we can get fastest lap or something. Use as much as you can. Right now Leclerc actually has fastest lap, so that's not too bad either. Alright. DRS is disabled. Makes sense. We got a purple at the end there thanks to the DRS, but it wasn't enough for a... Alright, checkered flag. Season's ending. Oh, I should have probably actually watched.
And Sainz crosses the line first.
There you go.
He's taken the win.
Alright, well. Mixed feeling about that race, I suppose. I think our strategy worked out. We had an unfortunate pit mistake. We're gonna have to look next episode into our pit crew and see what the hell is going on with them. What are they doing? Though it is in typical Ferrari fashion, of course. Leclerc had a bit of an unfortunate race. That pit stop was, of course, already bad, but then on top of that, his crash. I mean, if the pit stop hadn't happened, the pit mistake, then he wouldn't have even been near Verstappen to have that mistake, I think. But that's, I guess, also, yeah, it's a bit of a cascading effect. But, I mean, a 1 and a 4 is better than a 2 and a 3, I think. So, we'll take it. Let's get them into the pit. And we'll take it. I mean, we won our first race, which is, of course, expected of Ferrari, but... well, still, that was fun. It was a ferocious dogfight with the Red Bulls. After 2 hours. It's quite a long episode. Also, this is definitely a bug at this point. I mean... oh, a pit stop, yes, I know, I did. You even know I did, because you put a check mark there, so... alright, there's Sergio, there's Max, and let's see if we get some nice champagne going. There you go. Very nice. Max doesn't seem to... I wouldn't be happy either if I got crushed out like that. I don't think that was Max's fault, unfortunately. That was our fault. But we'll take it anyway. That's some well-deserved champagne for Carlos. And Leclerc is going to have to get his revenge next race. Well, he still seems pretty happy. Well,
the other two talented drivers
well, he's smiling
completing today's podium lineup. Ferrari had a very good race, proving they're definitely a team to contend with.
Oh, nice. I do love all these visuals and stuff. Like, it adds a lot.
Deservedly so.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
Nice.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
Nice. To Saudi Arabia we go. Alright, I love it. Well, we got a win, so that's very cool. We also got fastest lap, so we get 13 points for Charles and 25 for Carlos. The smooth operator gets his first win in the first race of the season. I love it. And that gets us to the top of the driver standings and to the top of the constructors, which is very resembling actually what happened in the real season. Williams, of course, at 0. McLaren also at 0. I didn't expect that. Alpine is at 2. Ferrari at 4. Alfa Romeo 11 points, so they're doing quite well. All right, well, not too bad.
Gain experience over each race weekend, depending on their performance. With enough experience, your drivers will be able to improve their skills.
Great. All right, so we got 100 for the practice, 100 for qualifying, 600 for the race, and we got a growth potential of 1.26. So, okay, Carlos is definitely not going to grow as much because his potential is times 1.09, whereas Leclerc's is a little bit more. So that's definitely gonna... Leclerc can probably get the, like, a little bit of a higher rating than Carlos, which makes sense, I suppose, even in real life. And Carlos is a little bit older as well. I see your growth potential. Yeah, also they're both average, but interesting. All right, so Leclerc did get a few more points, but the gap isn't that large. We also managed to get 4.8 million for that. We got the fastest lap, which is plus 120 qualifying. Finish position. We reached the 2 goals that we set ourselves, and we get a base rate of 4.3 million. Very nice.
That was a great opening weekend for our team.
I would agree.
The board and our sponsors are pleased, and we've earned some extra.
Great.
Take a look at what you can.
We also have another upgrade complete.
Gets here. Our time is precious, and these moments between races are a good point to develop our team further.
Yes.
That suspension we installed before the race was really effective, and the design of the new car part is still in progress.
I mean, yeah.
You're pretty much ready to handle things yourself now.
Right.
Our staff and facilities have a significant impact on the team's performance. If you ever find yourself,
I love that this is not supposed to be here right now while she's pointing things out. I guess it is the first day without even probably a big patch or anything.
Okay, I need to head back over to aerodynamics.
Wait, you're just an aerodynamics engineer? How did you know everything about the board and everything and the finances of the team? Interesting. All right, so that was probably the tutorial. Now we're just gonna have to figure out stuff by ourselves. I think we did pretty well there. Could be a lot worse, let's just say. I mean, we had our typical Ferrari moments, but let's see if we can just make sure that those happen less. Then we should be golden. 25 points for Carlos, 13 for Leclerc. Also, that fastest lap was a nice little bonus. He basically is still right behind Verstappen. And if the smooth operator wants to go for a title challenge, I won't stop him. Will you? All right, so we're in first in the constructors and first in the driver standings, but of course only one race is not enough to get you the championship. But yeah, very happy with how this game has turned out so far. I absolutely adore it. Obviously this episode ran super long, 2 hours just to do one race. I think at some point we'll start going a little bit quicker, using the times 16 a little bit more, but for now, obviously we're doing the tutorial and well, we're just feeling out the game, looking at the racing. It looks super cool. I love that we have the real drivers. I love that we have the real teams, the real tunes, and the racing feels really really cool. I think even with the DRS that we constantly had this sort of dogfight between Charles and the two Red Bulls was just super cool to see. I love it. I hope you like this game too. I hope you keep watching this series. I don't know for how many seasons we're gonna run with Ferrari. At the very least, I want to at some point win both the driver championship and the constructors, obviously, preferably in one season. But let's just see. I mean, we're gonna play this game for a long time, and we're probably gonna try a lot of different career modes. But for now, let's focus on Ferrari. Let's get them that championship and learn how this game works. For now, I think this has been far enough into the episode. This is going to be an over 2-hour episode, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. I hope you did as well. Check out in the description if you want to chat in the Discord that we have. It's not a big Discord or anything, but well, it's fun anyway, talking to you guys. If you have tips for me, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think about this game and what you thought about the race. Did you see any mistakes? Could I have done something different? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.